Hello folks, quick one for you today to tell you about some changes to the Tesla lineup. And they're fairly significant changes, to be fair. The standard range rear-wheel drive Tesla Model Y has now gone, and it's been replaced by a long-range rear-wheel drive. So it seems that's going to take the battery from the all-wheel drive long-range version, but because it's only powering one motor effectively, it's a rear-wheel drive only and not all-wheel drive, as you get in the dual motor versions, you're going to have more range. So 373 miles WLTP is claimed. And I would imagine in the real world, that's going to be north of 300, certainly around about the 300 mark, unless you're driving, particularly aggressively. So that's quite interesting. 5.7 seconds 0 to 60, 373 miles of range. But it does now mean that the start price for the Model Y has gone up by £2,000. It's £46,990. But that's a big uplift in range compared to the old standard range. One thing to remember is this is not an LFP battery. So the old standard range rear-wheel drive, the one I've got, has got an LFP battery. That means you can charge it to 100% every day if you want, and it should be completely fine. With the long-range models, it's a different battery chemistry, and really, on a daily basis, you only want to charge it up to about 80% and save anything north of 80 for those really long trips. So use that extra range when you really need it, but don't think, oh, well, I can just charge the car to 100% once a week and drive on that. It's not going to do your battery any favours at all. Perhaps a bit odd that the standard range rear-wheel drive's now gone, because that is a very usable car. That battery pack is very good, and you think maybe they could have dropped the price on that a bit and kept it in the lineup, but it may just be a case of they want to have one battery across everything. I don't really know the thinking behind it. If we go over to the Model 3 now, we've still got the rear-wheel drive standard range there, which is just under 40 grand, which I think's unbelievable value for money for that car, because it is a blooming brilliant car, like an exceptionally good car. But there's now a long-range rear-wheel drive version of that as well, and look at the range numbers on that. 436 miles of range is claimed. Again, in the real world, I would think you're going to be looking between 320, 350 on that, which is, again, really significant. But again, remember that battery shouldn't be charged to 100% all the time. It should only be charged to 100% when you're going to use that 100%. So if you're doing a really, really long road trip, 350 miles real world is significant, like very significant. And a lot of people will get a bit carried away with these range figures. They're like, oh, finally, I can get a car that I can do a 400-mile round trip in on one charge. Reality is you never, ever need to do that. When you stop on a long drive, as you naturally do, just plug the car in. Even if you stop for 10 minutes, it might be all you need to do. And on a really long drive, like a 400-mile drive, you're probably going to do that a couple of times minimum. So just plug it in, and it will sort itself out. Range anxiety generally is for people that are not used to driving EVs. Once you are, and you get used to reprogramming your mind and everything else, you should be fine. By the way, that long-range rear-wheel drive Model 3, 0 to 60 in 4.9 seconds, so it's not hanging around. So that's 45 grand, and as a reminder, the long-range all-wheel drive, 50 grand, 0 to 60 in 4.2 and range of 390. And then finally, the performance all-wheel drive, 2.9 seconds to 60, 328 miles of range, but that one's 60 grand. I think this long-range rear-wheel drive one might just be the pick of the bunch now. That's going to make a lot of sense to a lot of people. So you're looking 5 grand less than the all-wheel drive. A lot of people are not too bothered about having all-wheel drive. Makes the car a bit lighter, you're getting better range, and you've still got a ridiculously fast 0 to 60 time. I mean, under 5 seconds is all anyone could possibly need on a public road. Comes with the 18-inch wheels. I think that looks like a bit of a package. At the time of making this video, I have got a couple of member referral codes. If you use those to get yourself one of these, you'll get £1,000 off the cash price at the moment. If you do a lease, a personal contract hire, and you use that, I think you're getting a tenner a month off the lease. Tesla's communications about this stuff has been awful, in fairness. Now, if you're watching this and you're a Tesla owner and you want me to share your link, you must be a channel member. If you're a channel member, send me your details over via email and I'll share your link. There is a little bit of a waiting list at the moment, but as soon as these things get exhausted, I'll happily share any channel members link, and hopefully you can get some of the benefit. I think it's 500 quid at the moment at the time I'm making this for every referral you make, and you're limited to 10 referrals. So potentially 5 grand in referral cash, which is not too bad. And obviously I'm going to give priority to super supporters, channel legends, etc. Thanks ever so much for watching, folks. See you on the next one. Huge thanks to all my channel members for your continued support. I really do appreciate it.